Hello, hello! Back with another YouTube video tonight, as promised. Hey, look at that, I can actually keep to a schedule. It is in the same week since I did my last video, so thank God for that. Whew. I haven't prepared any notes tonight because honestly, I'm just going with the swing on this one, and honestly, it's not really a big subject that needs a whole load of notes, so honestly, it's improvisation tonight, which is fine, but if I do stumble, then I still will not be pausing the video and it will still be going on YouTube. So, tonight my video is on Pirates of the Caribbean because, well, it's a loved Disney series. It has got one of my favourite actors in it, which is Johnny Depp, because I love his work. He is an amazing actor and he's been through hell recently. And honestly, I'm just glad to see him getting back on his feet. So, big whoop for Johnny, literally. so, my history with Pirates of the Caribbean, I'm not entirely sure when I watched it or when I first started watching it. I have literally got no idea. I just remember watching it one day. I think it was Dead Man's Chest that I started with, which in reality, I would say is a pretty good one to start with. I mean, obviously, it's the second film in the whole franchise, so if you really want to start there, you either get confused or you don't. I mean, that's probably the way I see it. But, I actually finished the whole collection about a couple of weeks ago. Now, you see, the reason for that is now I'd watched 1, 2, and 3, but I had not watched 4 and 5. Now, the reasons for that are properly unknown. I've got no idea why I didn't watch them. It was, well, actually, come to think of it, I probably do know why. It was probably because I just watched the first 3. I, well, I wouldn't have really known what to think. Because you see, they introduced a whole load of new cast members into On Stranger Tides, and I suppose I hadn't really properly watched 1, 2, and 3 fully. I'd seen like maybe sparks of them, little parts of it, but then again, I don't know whether I watched the full thing. So, I wasn't entirely sure what to do. I wasn't sure whether I'd be convinced, but now, come to think of it, when I did actually watch 4 and 5, I'm thinking I have taken way too long to watch these. I mean, I did watch On Stranger Tides once, but I only got to a certain part of it and then I just stopped watching it. I don't know which part it was. I think I got like maybe 10 minutes into something, or even that. I don't remember watching it. So, yeah, that was it really. but, No, the films are fantastic. The cast are fantastic. I mean, you've got Keira Knightley as well as Johnny Depp. You've got oh, what's his name? The guy who played Will. His name was Orlando Bloom. I knew it would come to me. I can't remember the guy who played Barbosa. I can't remember his name. It'll probably come to me soon, but then again, I probably won't remember. Then you've got Mr. Gibbs. He's a funny character in it. I love him. But yeah, like the films are just they're really good. So basing it on that one, I would say that my favorite film of the Pirates of the Caribbean is actually Dead Man's Chest, because well, that's the film that I probably remember watching when I was a bit younger, maybe. But no, I always loved that one. It was funny. Well, that's what it was. It was funny. I probably liked it because it was funny. It was really really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. Especially I like the part on the island where Jack was like one of the I don't know, where they thought it was some sort of god or something. And I you see now this is where it's actually coming to me now. It's actually come into my head. I never watched the beginning of Dead Man's Chest. I only got to like a certain part of the film, which was the island itself. And you just see him coming out of that tent with that like paprika or whatever it is, and he's just like, oh bugger. And then he's just like, little seasoning. I think it was also the accent as well, just like the accent and the comedy and like, it was yeah, that's the thing with Johnny Depp in the Pirates of the Caribbean film. He is so funny in it. He is literally uncanny. Like when I watched him in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, for instance, I didn't find him funny in that. Yeah, what I probably did find him funny, but not to the same level of comedy in Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, that's the thing with pirates; they're going to be unpredictable and they are going to be funny. But no, it's definitely the islands that I remember seeing when I was younger. I always remember seeing that part. So I think I probably watched it around 2007, depending on what year it came out. I mean, I'm not sure what year it came out. I could be wrong about that, or I could be right. I could be surprised myself. But I always continued it from that part, and then I always think I remember skipping the movie a bit all the way up to the part where the Flying Dutchman found the Black Pearl, and Jack did his whole thing about he's got a jar of dirt, and guess what's inside it? The Davy Jones's heart, except it wasn't actually in there. That was funny. Still is. Yeah, it's just some of the insults, I suppose. But no, I've had to, well, let's say, educate myself. I've had to educate myself with the Pirates of the Caribbean movies, and thank God I did. So I got all 5 of them, and well, 4 and 5 were definitely better than what I expected. Like, I wanted to watch them. I always had it in my mind that I wanted to watch them, but I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure whether I'd be convinced if they were just as good as 1, 2, and 3, because that is the thing, really. You get used to so many movies at a point, and you think immediately after they've done quite a few more, you're just thinking, no, they're not going to be that good. I mean, I could say that with Finding Dory compared to Finding Nemo. One of them was definitely better than the other, and it was the first one. Yeah. Or like the Shrek films. 1 and 2 are good. The second one's better. But then 3 and 4, they just let down. They let you down. Massively. Which is a shame. It's bad. Yeah. But still, that was my thing with Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides and Salazar's Revenge. I wasn't sure whether I was going to be completely convinced by them. I will say this though, I thoroughly enjoyed them. They were brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Like, Johnny Depp was just as funny in them, and it was just a whole lot of comedy. Now, I've also said this as well. I have actually said this, but I reckon that Salazar's Revenge, the 5th one, went way too fast. Now, I don't know whether that's a thing. And that's the question that is right there. Can a movie go too fast? Can it feel like it's rushed? Personally, yes, I think it can. Because that's what Salazar's Revenge felt like. It felt like it was too rushed. Like, I'm not entirely sure. I mean, maybe I have to watch it again just to see whether that is a thing. Whether my instincts are telling me that movie is way too fast. It could be a lot longer. But then again, the film's like, what? Maybe, is it about 2 hours long? But maybe that's it. Maybe it could have used an extension. Like on Stranger Tides, that did not need it. That did not need an extension. That was long enough. That was brilliant. So that doesn't need an extension. Same with 1 and 3, really. They would be absolutely fine too. But I would say with the order of the films that I like, I would say. So I'm going to go for Dead Man's Chest as the first one. Obviously, that's been said. The second one, I would say. I would say at World's End. I would say at World's End is my second one that I like in the top 5 because, well, it actually had quite a good story to it. You had Tia Dolma back again. You had the whole crew actually. You had Barbossa back properly from the dead, which was weird. You had the wee little monkey. Now the monkey is so cute. He is such a cute monkey. Yeah. You had Jack coming back from the locker. You had the full on, fight between Davy Jones and Jack. That was really good. You had the whole stabbing of the heart, and then Will becoming the captain of the Dutchman. It was just really good. The third one, and this is a difficult one because I honestly don't know where to place 4, 5, and 1. I don't know where to place them. If anything, I'd probably put them all joint third because they're all equally just as good, and yeah, they are actually quite good. All 3 of them are just as equally good. But if I had to kind of put it in a perspective, I'd probably say 1, 3. No, sorry. 2, 3, 4, 5, 1. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm putting the first one last. I don't know. It's probably because, you know what, I actually can't think. I cannot think as to why I'm putting it in that order. But then again, it could be different for everyone else. You know, everyone could have a completely different perspective on Pirates of the Caribbean. They're all fantastic films. All 5 of them. They've got great cast members. And honestly, they're all great to enjoy. And plus, if you love Disney as well, then watch them, because that is the point. Pirates of the Caribbean is Disney afflicted. So why wouldn't you watch it? I mean, come on. Everyone loves Disney. I did a video about Disney. That's how good it is. Now, personally, I would also love a 6th film, but after that whole situation, I don't know if there would be one. But then again, that's another thing as well. Is 5 movies enough for Pirates of the Caribbean, or should there be a 6th? Because that's the thing. With certain franchise movies, you don't know how long they're going to go on for. You don't know how long they should go on for, really. I mean, Harry Potter, for instance, 8 films. Twilight, 5. Bad Boys, 3. Trying to think of a film franchise. Pitch Perfect, 3 movies again. There's a lot of films when it comes to franchises. But honestly, I think that if there was going to be a 6th film, I don't know how they would plot it, because honestly, no, I can't even think of that myself. That is literally a thing. I don't know how they would do it. I mean, I know at the end of Salazar's Revenge, there was that whole thing where Will got his curse lifted, and then Davy Jones came as a shadow in some dream. But I did actually see that Bill Nighy said there was nothing about him being asked to come back for it, so that was just literally a whole shadowy thing that wasn't real. But I think if there was going to be something like that, it could be Davy Jones's final revenge. That could be a good thing. Because if you were actually going to put it as a title, you could have The Revenge of Davy Jones. Because I know that they've got 2 titles for the 5th film. They had Salazar's Revenge and they had Dead Men Tell No Tales or something like that. Dead Man Tell No Tales, because they had two different um two different titles for it, which I don't understand. But yeah, either way. But I think if they were going to do a 6th film, it'd have to be something along the lines of Davy Jones's Revenge, or the Revenge of Davy Jones, because technically, well, he was killed pretty much by 2 people. One of them being his arch enemy, Jack Sparrow, and then the other one being a man who was practically dying, which was Will Turner, and he took over his ship. So, I don't really think there's. I think that'd be a pretty good plot line. But then again, would all of the cast return for it? Because you would have to get all the cast back. Literally, you'd have to get them all back, apart from Barbarossa, because he died. But no, you'd have to definitely get them all back for it. Old and new, if you could. But yeah, honestly, I don't really know what else there is to talk about Pirates of the Caribbean. I mean, I've talked about it as much as I could, and it's a shorter video than usual, but yeah, you can't really put that much into it, can you? But either way, all 5 films are fantastic. I would love them to do another one. They probably wouldn't, but still, it would be great if there was. I love Johnny Depp as Jack Sparrow because he is an absolute legend. And hell, if I ever got to meet him in person, I would tell him that I loved his films as Pirates of the Caribbean. The absolute legend. So yeah, I think I am gonna end it with that being the shortest video ever, if there ever is one. And with that in mind, for the next video, and I've thought about this one, I'm gonna go away from film reviews, and this time, because like I say, I want to start doing some music stuff again, my next video will be favourite artists. We've had favourite actors, so let's have favourite artists. Let's see where I can get a few there. Might even do a short. So, watch this space. Hope you all enjoy this video, and I will see you all in the next one.